Thank you, and let's continue in our mutual yet unique yet common journeys towards resilience. Thank you again for taking the time to consider using these words. Just me, my voice, come to you, to your ears, in your heart, that I hope connects us even further on the common sides and not on the margins of where we might be slightly different, but not as important as our common core. Today's topic is called Resilience Redefined. Might want to call this also the unthinking factor on this journey. I will recall again that can't say it that way, that essential book that I read a few months ago that are, to me, my daily Bible. The 3 Magic Words by Mr. U.S. Anderson. As I mentioned to you in an earlier podcast, I was on this quest for decades to understand the essence of thought. Where does it come from? How does it start? How does it end? And as I said in that book, I was reading somewhere in the middle of that book, he answered that question succinctly and definitively. He said, we don't think. We do not think. We can only observe the thoughts that are programmed for our fate. My fate, your fate. But then observing those thoughts that are coming through what I call our mental screens, we have then the chance and choice and consequence to pursue those thoughts that pop up like an advertisement on our mental screen. We have to decide which ones to pursue. So the next simpler word or context for the fancy word I chose before and for the book itself and for the reference of the 820 enterprise that you're in right now. I chose that word resilience because to me, it came to me really out of nowhere. Again, I wasn't thinking of it, but it came across my mental screen as I was sitting in my son Karan's piano class, and that word came across, resilience. I still love the word and all that it implies, and all that applies to you and I as a common drive to succeed and progress and always going forward positively. The self-discovery of leadership and resilience. So connected to the core model in the book is just that. Having more confidence and humility than fear and ego. Having more positive than negative. Having that balance of we all have those day-to-day, moment-to-moment decisions to make. Some are easy because right there, and the harder ones say, why do that? I can just do the easy one and be on with this. But using that term resilience as a way and description to define and access that very common talent that we all have. We must also choose to accept this level of awareness, exposure, and the desire that you have defined for yourself and what I define for myself. That realization, that agreement, can lead us forward into that refined support for resilience. Meaning we have put some structure, that infrastructure that we have to build. We have to maintain it. Can't just build it once and put it on the shelf. You must maintain that. So using a term also common and accessible and useful for us in our daily conversations. Now, given what I laid out to you as a construct for the book and for these podcasts, we probably would normally cite or use the term resilience. At least I hope I have done it to you by repeating it and providing it to you in an audiobook, a paperback book, an ebook, and then through the podcast. But using the term pursue and pursuit interchangeably with resilience is how it makes more sense, I think, and it's simpler for you to consider those words and these episodes and the book itself on your journey. Pursuit, pursue, and resilience. So this term and action of pursuit should not imply a chase or an obstacle to reduce. No, the pursuit is more relevant and germane to the unthinking part of you and I. If you get a chance, please go back to the 820 episode on the book, 3 Magic Words. We just do not and cannot think. Let me add into that. We just do not and cannot think our way into this life. We can only observe the fateful stream of daily thoughts and or ideas that flash or appear across our mental screen mostly every moment of every waking day. Sort of like those billboards on the highway or the ads in your YouTube or TikTok or Instagram accounts. You don't always choose to click on or note or write down or screenshot that thought or idea or ad, right? You don't do that because you didn't create any of that. You did not create any of that. You see, those things come across your attention, your eyeballs, your mental screen. It piques your attention or your appetite, and you choose to pursue that thing or that person or that image or that thing. You choose to pursue. There's no thinking there. You see it, you digest it, make a decision, pursue. Or you choose not to. That's a quick primer, a reminder, and shortcut to your resilience. It's also an easier way for you to share your journey towards resilience with yourself and with those you encounter on your daily journeys. So really, although I love the word resilience, you don't need the fancy schmancy word called resilience for this conversation or for your own conversations that you may have with people you know, people you don't know, people you love, and people you might kind of sort of not like so much or maybe even hate. All you have to do is observe, choose, and decide to pursue the thought you never created. But then you produce from here in your presence. You produce from here by communicating the decision in your action and accepting, meaning being responsible and accountable to the consequences. And you do it again from your refreshed, original, curious, and genuine urgency in your pursuit. Again, that is your resilience. Thank you once again. Stay present. Stay current. You know what time it is? It is 8:20.